This is how I opened up my hard drive enclosure and upgraded it. Last week, my 7-year-old 5 terabyte external Seagate hard drive stopped working. It had been having issues for a while, but I didn't know it was a problem with the drive itself. What would happen is in Windows, the drive would randomly disappear. I wouldn't see the drive letter. And I would turn it on and off, it'd be working again. I did backups and everything was fine. Last week, it got to a point where I couldn't get it working. To open the case, what I did is I used these tools which came as a little kit for my cell phone when I had to change the battery. This case is going to open up a lot easier because I've already opened it and a lot of the snaps are broken. So you're just going to go in like this. You can put your other tool in like that. Use the guitar pick or anything else, because especially when the case is new, it'll just snap back into place and relock. So as you open it, this is what we're looking at. And a lot of these snaps can break, it doesn't matter. See if I want to, see how that wants to snap back in. So we just go like this. Like that. And then this is going to come off like that. See that? Now you can see these little square things. You can see a bunch of them are broken, and it doesn't really matter. You can just break these off and throw them away. I would leave a few so it'll lock back in, and you could always use tape on the outside, like black electrical tape if you needed to, or a little bit of glue. So this is the top, but what really needs to come off is the bottom, which is this. So let's just see that. So it's really the bottom here, and you're going to do the same thing, prying like that around the back. You're going to want to be careful you don't get into here, but there's nothing too sensitive as far as cables. And then you're going to just tilt that forward like that, and that'll come off. The drive will just lift out, and when you take this out, you're going to want to just tuck it in like this, lift and pull back. Now this board, which controls the drive, you don't need to take that off, and I wouldn't bother. There are 2 screws, and that's #1 Phillips, which is smaller than the standard #2 size. So if you have a 4-in-1 screwdriver, just use the little size if you want to take those off. You're going to want to transfer the aluminum foil. This is the new hard drive, which I've already tested and done a backup on. Once the drive is out, there's these rubber cushions. You're going to just take those off. Now you're going to take your #1 Phillips like this. You're just going to unscrew these, 4 of them, take your drive out. You're going to gently peel your foil back, transfer that to the new drive. Now I found that you can use any brand of drive. So I tested a Toshiba laptop drive and it worked fine. I didn't test SSD, but I think it would work fine. Taking the drive out of here, you're just going to want to gently wiggle this a little and pull it back. Same thing when you put it in, you're just going to kind of gently rock it a little bit so it slides in the front here. Now the good news is you can test the drive, and I would recommend don't put it all back together. Just plug in your power and your USB 3 and then check, make sure your computer recognizes it. Putting the case back together, as you can see, is very easy. You're just going to want to tuck this in like that. It's going to drop in. You're going to put your little rubber cushions on, and it's just going to snap back together. This is for the light, which actually comes from the hard drive. There is an advantage to using a genuine Seagate drive, is that it will work with your backup software if you're using Seagate backup software, and it'll also work with C-Tools, which is the test suite. I went to Seagate's website and downloaded C-Tools and ran a couple of the basic tests. Next, I ran Disk Manager to initialize the drive. Then I went into Windows Explorer and I copied over 3 terabytes of data, which took around 10 hours. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your project.